Alrighty, we are connected to Zoom.
Take your word for it.
Oh. My little mouse isn't working. All right, that was quick. Thank you.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, how's it going?
All trains on time? So far. One just went through.
Yeah, really, heard that one.
It doesn't mean it was on time, it just went through. And Chris never on time, that's probably from yesterday. Figure that.
Right.
So how you doing? We were listening anyhow. Eyes open in the morning. Try again another day. I'll just screw it up just like you All going well? All going well? Yeah, the Remington bunch.
Good morning.
Good afternoon.
How's it
Oh,
going?
it's still morning, I guess.
We're in the dark. A few more minutes. I know John came walking in here and goes, I thought I was going fly. Still set up for the Christmas party.
Smell fish. Huh, somebody dumped it already.
I did. I ordered as soon as I walked out here.
Nice. Douglas, how you doing? Good. Which one are you? Pretty good.
Fish
I
and
haven't had a
chips.
chance to look at them.
Who the hell did?
Don't shut up. One of them just got a bill. What's up, Doug? Not much, how are you doing? Jack Cook? All right, sit down. About, water lemon, please. Any special, lunch?
Blackened chicken sandwich, chicken shrimp and beef with
There's one.
Nobody's got double A battery today.
Yeah, I carry this around all the time, in my back pocket.
I usually have my camera with me, and I carry extra batteries in there. I did get
Is your mouse good?
But that's right. I don't need to use that one.
I thought you had to be here.
Good. Plain. Turn the hotspot on already, Chris.
Yeah.
They
Logged
got it
in.
all. So,
We're up and running.
I go to my dermatologist 4 times a year. I am. How you doing? Good. That's what God has to do there. How's your day going?
I'm not sure how Bill wants to.
That's the cave meeting. That's right.
I guess we're just good looking down this way.
You might be a dirty old man at this age, getting
I can actually bring it this way.
She looks at that shirt back in. You gotta go, there's no ammunition here.
I get everybody.
Yeah.
But everybody, you.
Yeah, I could probably back it up a little bit.
I'm ready to go any damn time. all yours under control?
Well, just went through pulmonary function test and I was diagnosed with COPD.
Oh, my Lord.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
I'm here.
Hey, John, how's it going?
All right.
What's happening?
How much, how are you doing?
Good.
Sunshiner down there?
No, raining.
Yeah, a little
Well,
bit.
not raining right now, but going to. Got that front coming through.
Oh, yeah. We got a little snow out in Little Washington.
All we need to do is some housekeeping, that's it.
Oh, that's too bad.
Okay, all right. Well,
It's 68 degrees down here.
Oh, that's not bad.
we don't have just
Some of these amendments.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how some people got them. Well, see, this is the latest one that I got here.
That's study for either, did you?
Hi. Hi, thank you.
Murphy. Hey, Bill, we're working on using a hotspot today, so we might have a little bit different transmission from the fire station.
Using a what?
A hotspot.
Oh.
We're using, we're
Oh,
tying,
you broke up.
yeah, that's what I think. We're tying into, Rob Egan's phone
Where it says,
for a hotspot.
No, you're breaking up.
you should have this. That was the First Amendment that we have made. All right. Now,
Pretty good. You have to go to VA hospital. You go to VA hospital, doctor.
this was the one. Now,
What'd you say again, Chris?
really.
We're, using a hotspot today.
Oh, okay.
I just changed it down to, HD, so maybe that'll free up the bandwidth a little.
An amendment.
Yeah, it's not very clear,
This
but
one,
I can tell what's what.
that was an addendum. That was not an amendment. That was a whole.
The Ernie and Scott and
Added, that was new.
I don't know, Steve Bolton just came in, Will Ashby. Hey, ask the waitress if I can get a sweet tea.
AKA, that was,
Hey.
paragraph.
Yo, server.
What's that?
That was.
I said, yo, server.
Amendment change. So, that's why.
I'm just gonna mess with her.
That should be. But, addendum. And then, approved, or, what I want to use. Adopted, that's the word, right?
Money in the pot.
Yeah.
Hey, Bill.
2022.
Here.
Yes.
Oh, you said hi.
Hi, Bill.
On
There.
Hey, Bill.
Actually, I didn't know who was talking to me. We gave 5 coins, 5 sticks.
Along,
Oh, okay.
And the coin and the sticker went in the
section,
package.
and that's when you put.
So if you're keeping track, there's money in there because I sold some.
Alright.
I don't remember who I sold it to. So
January.
I could give you an idea. I
20.
sold a bunch of stuff, probably sold 5 or 8 stickers, 1 or 2.
So that should need to change.
I just sent, I put money in for one a day for the time.
Approved, approved, yeah. But see, that's where it comes back to my footnote.
Adjust our camera
This
down to
is
eight.
the footnote
Turn the
for
HD off so we don't have this wide
changes.
since we're going off of the hotspot. So
You've got.
we're getting like basically from where you're standing now
Yeah.
down to Will.
On the screen.
You know, I want my now, how many-
I'm starting to check my drinking some food.
on the floor. Look at that. That was done correctly. That was Danielle. That thing was done early. Yeah, right. So, that had how it went. That's why it worked right.
Of course, email. You have your correct email address.
I got 5G, I'm getting 5G.
Yeah, I'm not sure, I turned the HD off,
Well, it was, but we had an issue.
and it helped a little bit.
They couldn't change it from one time.
Hey, Chris,
Yeah,
it was the audio more than video.
all right, let me go back to HD.
All right, that's a good picture. It's kind of choppy.
That messed up?
It's kind of choppy. Yeah.
I got the noise suppression going too.
Well, that like this. It broken up.
That was the day I called.
I will.
Yeah, hey, quit stuttering.
It's not working, Chris.
Yeah, it's coming up and saying it's stable. I'm gonna go back, I'm gonna change the, video back. I think the HD uses so much bandwidth that it affects the audio too.
Yeah.
No, it's one there, and some of the people that may not have seen it.
Yeah, it's better.
What's his face?
That's why he's telling me my income.
82.
You didn't see that.
You did a good job on that, didn't you?
Yeah.
You okay?
Yeah, there's, got to do some housekeeping.
Okay.
On
Hello?
bylaws and stuff.
I'm in Manhattan.
Nothing that needs
Okay.
action, but,
Okay.
I'm hoping that he will, far permit it, Mr. Wilbur.
So do you need that or are you good?
No, you've got just exactly what I got.
Yeah.
And see, it's supposed to be some more in here.
Yeah, I mean, we made 2 amendments.
Maybe.
I got one in there.
I think it's just,
It has been.
I don't know what it
Very
is.
tight.
I mean, you know, you see that
It never was set out.
advertisement on TV
I
about.
think it might have been attached to it.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
I didn't dig through all my stuff. I found
A lot.
I didn't have it attached, so maybe it's
About
So see now,
using the hotspot
with
for
the
TV.
days
Mhm.
And
action,
that when you have a bunch of phones
there'll
around
be
it, that it
Stuck up.
degrades, yeah. So I'm wondering.
there'd be 3 different in that second page. So the first one was one with change, the, form.
Right.
That was the first one.
I've got a revision of that.
Yeah.
They gave me the
And
login.
then the, second one,
I don't need the,
Here, nothing, yeah.
6 or 7 that we did last January, that was not actually an amendment. That was an addendum. That was a whole
I got them in the
paragraph.
Canada, how do you want to do it? We did this,
Was that
we did it like 2 weeks ago.
That was the one for the,
I
finance
thought we were gonna
committee.
give it, I'll tell you something now.
Right.
Me, So it's in person.
Rather than an amendment, that was an
Yes,
amendment.
it does, but we'll talk about it when we get to the section.
It's all
Happy to, that it's been done. And then I'll explain the rest of it, because Brett's got everything on the computer now, all the way back to when it started.
Yeah, I don't know, I mean, on Facebook.
It's a laser.
That's not like the original.
It's a brand and it's like, it wasn't mine. It was given to me.
I got handwritten for it.
That's brought so the people that need to see it.
Scott, you want to talk about that when we transfer it over? You just keep it.
Damn nice work. I had 3 more coaches all year.
Which is would be right.
He ran out of time. You like shine still.
I mean,
Molly Moore, remember those days?
Well, you get a chance, man.
Well, yeah, man.
Scott, he was looking at it.
is that dated?
Like, where's your challenge?
Yeah.
Standard one, all lines out there. Down in Mission Market, doing games.
We may have crossed that.
Guy was telling me. You don't want to budget. Well, John was down across. We called it. I was just about to go next door, and that's why I asked him. And he called me like 10 minutes before we started.
One for me, one for you.
I'm like, and then you have like, if you had called, showing them constantly. So they did that.
Where you ever in, right?
And then, yeah, Jerry's coming out, I'm pretty sure. That's our bank crew. Dale comes out. I don't even know how Dale is. He's been out there. I don't even know how far that is. Hour and a half.
We get better.
So we start jumping. We try to do I don't get that right too early. Yeah, so that's why.
You weren't in
But thank you for getting this in last minute.
huh?
Thank you for getting this in last minute. Because of the mix up over there.
Oh, yeah, listen, he's a case.
Oh, thank you.
He called in and said,
Have no idea.
I came over here and Jack was here. He said, sure.
Thank you. I know it was last minute.
The reason why I sent you that.
I got my copy.
Okay.
But his is more up to date, because his is fake.
Right, so what I'm gonna, or you can bring it up now, if you understand what, I was going over it. And I said, wait a minute, this is one that we changed last January was an addendum, that was an add-on.
Right.
So it
For the
wasn't.
review.
Right, and so that did not, now we're gonna make an addendum, amendment to that. But see, that paragraph didn't even exist. That we passed last January.
Right.
That was for the finance committee.
Yeah. To do the review of the finances every year.
That's correct. See, that was not included in our bylaw.
Right.
That was an add. So now, there'll be a footnote on it, that it was addendum approved on so and so and such.
Yeah, I think that's how it's written.
No, I don't think so. I'll check that. Rock's right too. Because that's do some, housekeeping, I can get that fixed up.
The only person you got on there? Yeah.
You got right that quick,
John.
well, it's just. Yeah, you got to, man. You gotta do it right. Correct. That's why. I'll get out of your hair. I'm gonna get over here on the corner. Took the corner. That's why I asked, Chris and Scotty, and, Bill to bring theirs. And I think you will wind up seeing about 3 different styles.
Well, the only one I got is what we got online, and that's the original. But the one that, the latest, it should be good on.
We have documents online.
Huh? Where they at?
One of them you can access through Facebook, but it's a,
Oh, I don't do Facebook.
I said, where?
you see if I can find it. There's, something
Well, I will call you tonight when I'm
I can send you the link.
It was somewhere, I was at 25, so.
It's not saved. The link is saved from the file.
All done by laser.
They just don't do back your stuff, since you're there with all your stuff.
You actually data.
This was a flaw in the wood.
Some kind of server Google files or.
Oh, okay.
Nothing that calls anything.
Google Docs, probably.
I'm not sure exactly what it was.
What is it?
Well, Joe knows, he comes in.
Did they ever catch him when Morel came around?
He might.
That was, yep, I did it one year too. They don't have the hoochie.
You know, they make, alcohol and yogurt.
Somebody, I think you were telling me that last time, you saw it.
I have all the time. You can hear me.
Did you try it?
I haven't tried it, 'cause I want to drink it myself. I need to bring it in here, so we can open it after we meet, and they can have a shot.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how you're supposed to drink it, I really can't find anything online about how you're supposed to drink it.
Yeah, I don't know. Hey, Rita.
Oh, no, I got cards.
What app are you going by now?
For almost 25 years now, she's been very
You
much.
need one from me.
I think the board requires some.
You drove, to get here? That's what I thought.
And, this time of day, traffic is really late. I actually drive through DC.
I had to go up to, pick up those cars, like before Christmas. It was like a day or 2 days before Christmas, I was gonna do like a big road. The darn burner went out.
Oh, man.
There was a place up in, Beltsville, and that day was on fire. GPS took me up 295, you know, up past Capitol Avenue. Up that one, quicker than Beltsville.
As long as you're not going to DC, it's on the right hour. All you need is express lane, really.
I took those shots today.
I took the express lane a couple times, and then I looked at my full.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta watch.
26 seconds.
I know. You gotta watch.
That with the results you have to.
Were you at five?
Oh, really?
Everybody probably keep it on.
Yeah, well, because they charge you a fee because you don't have a. Because every once in a while, like, maybe once or twice a month, I'll be, there around lunch hour time, and I'm home, and I'm like, okay. See how much it is, and then I got like $26 bill. And I'm like, the actual charge is like the counter. And I was like, okay, let me get one of those things. Yeah, the first time, I just went to the store.
No.
Taco salad, salmon cob salad,
She's at home. She started. Yeah. I guess. When we go to Fall Harbor, and then back, and then when we go.
Get up and go. We're not going to.
We're doing an Airbnb, and we're working 5 or something like that. Or not, Airbnb is the airport. What is it? $42. We need it.
Oh, yeah. That's Dallas.
And we were like,
Where you're at.
yeah. But I'm surprised how they were so, did you hear
Now, the only downside of Cooper is you can't.
Right.
Like this.
Okay, well, because like, when, my friend and I, we do a girl trip every year. We went to Trump. We reserved it ahead of time to make a tour for the airport. Or like,
widened it.
They might just,
I
I
think
think
they're
they're
paying
like,
something
do the course. I don't know. About $50.
They said,
Oh, it's almost that much more. Oh, okay, I was like, hey.
now we're back down to 2 lanes. Trees and widen the sidewalk. I would say,
Every hour. Well, next month.
oh, yeah, I remember when that was happening.
When's their crossing?
I don't think so.
Like in Caribbean, this.
It's like, it's not been a commercial years, but it's, low 80s, at night. Like, all right, so,
I don't know.
We went to England. Well, you gotta go to
You still working part-time?
thing is, it's kind of like,
You could take them there.
Well, you don't know exactly. How many So I want to just mention today, I'm just trying to pull stuff together that can be
Now, is this different? Wasn't there somebody?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That initiated this, what I've done so far. And, he's got busy with other stuff, so this is kind of a back burner issue, but I'm still doing it.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna put it out there if anybody's got any photos or stories, anything, ship them to me, and I'm gonna just send it, just so some history somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a Kindle. Well, well, yeah, 'cause I got a Kindle, but also I have iPad. I got John Ballard, because you can't watch it on play now. Yeah, but I wanna watch it now. That way I know what I'm watching. I'm thinking. Yeah, we leave at 6 a.m. Leave the house 3 a.m.
yeah, right there, it's right, no.
Oh my God. Somebody else.
Sunday too.
Salary, dumping it
Really?
30 miles.
Okay.
I moved here in '68. 61. Just outside.
No, you bring 20 yet?
Yeah, I have a friend that, she started doing it. She got, her and her husband, they got Indians, so they wanted to make too much money. Yeah. Her goal is, you know, other than, so, a week. But she even, she does this with her. She loves it. They do the, actually, that's how it's stored.
In the summertime, I can just wait. Actually,
Because of the beach.
Brett, take care of you. Huh?
Who takes care of the dudes?
Or if you don't do it, I can do it better off.
We can't pay them.
You ain't here. You have to do. Not here, you can. That page is just us.
Huh?
Didn't he say where you go to the back and do it over here?
You can do it online now. Yeah.
Thanks, Betty.
Venmo or something, yeah, that's why I'm like, hey,
You break 20?
So much easier.
yeah.
He took that shower and spent it out.
Yeah, 'cause
That's how I do everything.
My first fire school was in. Nice fire school.
I haven't broken that yet.
What?
That feeling of not having a breathing. Oh, you like, keep them in the wall. There's some places that don't do that. Like music class.
Huh?
I mean, aren't using plastic?
are not.
There's a.
Maybe.
Actually, I don't think they have to take it. I think there's some places that are certain. Which I think is great. Or no, it's changed, that's the way I'm like, changed. Which I think is
I've been in a couple of places that were using fire clouds.
I don't know these places.
Just sometimes, depending on where you are.
I should say I tried not to.
I mean, you're down now, Rick.
Yeah, well, there's places, like, I used to go to DC, you know,
Yeah.
I don't go there anymore.
I mean, I going there for a concert in March or 1 or 2. I never.
Well, you're just, okay, you can't carry, even if you have emergency, you can't there. The criminals don't care, they stay free.
It's been that way. We don't let
It's not working. I love that. And you take the metro to the.
I don't like riding Richmond right now.
I never ride the metro to the.
Where did all the monuments go?
But eventually. With that, it's like, you know, I yeah.
It never is.
He posted a picture a while back. He's with there since last March. There was a several right by like 7-Eleven. I was like, all right. He says the drug problem there is horrible.
Where you at?
Hawaii, Honolulu. Yeah. He says, you know.
You're going there?
Well, maybe, he said, you just gotta know we're not going to.
Even down in,
Cancun, and it's a, you know, right?
Yeah. Which is, to me, I'm like, yeah. They live but I guess some of the islands, it's not, that island.
There's a building, a house, or whatever.
Yeah, so they were having the, volcano erupting, everybody was, they started, everybody came to me, how is it, you know, you okay? So he finally goes to the picture, we are here.
I got a cousin that lives out in the wild. So many smaller outer islands. So they have jobs. They do not necessarily tourists. Even if like mainlanders come out here to start living.
Yeah.
They don't want anybody coming in.
Yeah. Well, I'm surprised we're staying in Airbnb, how cheap it is. You know, we got our flight ticket and Airbnb back in like July or August, and it wasn't that bad. Okay, it's July. It's a whole lot cheaper than a hotel. That's still not going out inside the country.
We're in Australia.
Are you? I got a friend who was, she just got her doctorate. They came here to visit last year, and, her husband, like, yeah. I'm like, unless you have a ranch, you can't have anything. So they're like, sure. So we took our AK and
Yes, we are, but I'm gonna get
this question we got there, like,
I don't know where Jamie stands on. You look at
Oh, I'm good.
Okay.
Now, your knuckles don't drag the ground.
Yeah, I think I rode a truck one time last year or two before I retired, because they needed somebody. I was like, all right. I was like, y'all, I'm desperate. But they had me with the driver, if we had anything, you know. I was like, that's hard. I show them one hand how many times they had to be on the road. You know, that's what I got.
Y'all bought that property out there, right?
Yeah, we did. We were gonna put the cabin, and, so we started looking at the beginning of 2020. I told me why, that it was on, and we had checked the cabin, right, it was around 3,000, not thinking something of water. We were like, all right, we'll do that. It was already, going through the process, three bedrooms, you know, it's already left out of the house, so now it's on.
Everything was going
Oh, yeah, so I checked again, and we're like, all right, go to the kitchen. So we got customers, just out of the day. So then, I looked at, early 2021, and I was like, and the year before, I went, you know what, it's like for money, well, prices come down, they don't put a cap. I'm in we were getting one of those, kids, where everything's ready to go, you just put it together. $40,000. They wasn't big. Weekend or whatever. We got a little camper, you know.
This shift, you might be on the engine. Next shift, you might be on the truck.
So then we ended up, I was like, all right, well,
That was like right on the backside of where Bryce was.
yeah, we're 10 minutes from Brighton.
Like 81.
Yeah, because our friends, we drove from Brighton.
That was my big hangout. I mean, we were out there just about every night. When I lived in Broadway, it only took us like 20 minutes, 25 minutes to get there.
Yeah.
Go down there to get food. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
and they had the copper kettle, which was a really good.
We spent a lot of time there that the year that we bought it, because my trip was COVID. You know, so the hospital, when I go to, like, you know, whatever we call it. And, so we just took it with us.
Remember the old international spot that, Dale City? That belonged to the city of Alexandria back in the 50s. I think, we did there. That's what I got on.
That goes back a few years, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. Well, Lola wanted more, not.
We did the, we will and Brad did the financial review 2 weeks ago. It's at Brad's house. He's got everything on the computer, all the way back to when you guys started. Just gave him 50. I'm sure he'll have that transferred in there too. I thought maybe I asked him, he said no. There's a charge. There's a small charge for one thing, but I don't remember. Didn't we approve? We did. Yeah. Is he gonna give a check? Well, yeah, because there's a small fee for it. I don't know what it is. I don't know how that works. And then, he's got a lot of bad dues. On the other side. Oh, he's still there. He said his son broke his jaw. I think Hornaday was gonna join too, and I texted my wife this morning, hey, we got a meeting location. And when I said, those the other guys. No, yes, he retired. Another guy. Had to get on that bus at 6:30 in the morning to make another one. I can't keep track. I just start writing it down when it happens. I got 3. Somebody, I think, when I had the pants in. Yeah, there is too.
Yeah.
It's only the ones somebody goes to.
Yeah, it's like he's about to pull it out the fire ring.
Unless somebody goes to the party, you're right. You don't ever know it. It's Darlene sends something or it's gone. We might see, maybe we can work with Darlene somehow. Getting ready to go? Unless Darlene says something, I see it on the department, not us, the department webpage, Facebook page, I'm not even about it. I think you're right, you know, maybe there's a way we can talk to Darlene and give them the application to say. We'll get through Timmy. He's stopping already. I talked to him in Lowe's about it, he went out of this. I don't know how many people know that, but I'll tell you.
Yeah, he was saying that. Yeah, I'd probably be interested. I mean, actually. Where's the dirt? Yeah, dirt. I don't know. Part of the fire. He worked out here in that day. Yes, I don't care. 6 minutes. We're going to pay that much money for hang out.
They get, the number 12. What did they do? I know 20 is, they'll sit in the dock.
Hey, that's good, how are you?
Days 2, nights 2.
I'm pulling this one more, I'm sorry, okay.
I'm going to Pennsylvania, I'll be here, so I'm mad.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess you will.
Yeah. How's your head?
Oh, I went to
I heard my name spoken in vain. Oh, yeah. I was backed up by the, phone, and it's stuck. When I was at 15.
I mean, they treat it.
I don't know what I was so
That way there.
That's was on time.
Yeah.
And so, I ended up flying home. And then I had crazy. Yeah, and then when I came up here, because money home and like that, and I'm like, oh gosh. So yeah, that's Saturday, I got it up. But it was just.
I'm glad you turned out all right there, Paula.
Yeah, I'm sure the guy is too, right?
Huh? Bill, yeah, Bill Walker.
Yeah, I was trying to get some pictures of that, and I couldn't find any.
We don't need to. We just need to be able to read it.
So this is how we're gonna get this started. It's a couple minutes after 1. We call the meeting to order. I don't even know what time it is. Okay. On Zoom, it looks like we have Bill Yao, Tom Pearson, Wayne Ayers, Bill Walker. That's all. Welcome, guys. Thanks for tuning in, zooming in. First of all, I'm going to start off about the confusion of the meeting location. Explain to everybody what happened, so everybody has an idea. Originally, who was it? Bruce Ramel had us scheduled to go over to CPAC or personnel for the fire department to get our IDs done. That was scheduled well in advance. Last week, middle of last week, I think it was, we get an email, or Bruce gets an email that they have another obligation and can't host us at 12 o'clock and wanted to move it back to 10 o'clock. I spoke with Chris, and due to the fact that we have a lot of members that don't live in the area and travel to get here, we never know who's coming to the meeting. We didn't want to start a meeting at 10 o'clock, and I can use Rob as an example. It comes out of Delaware for a meeting, takes him about 2 hours to get here, 2.5 to get here, so he would have had to leave the house like at 7:30 in the morning. That doesn't count if Jamie and Jerry show up out of the Outer Banks. I guess they're probably in Florida now. Dale out, I think, the Heathville area. And then if we have Daryl or Strodeman or help coming out of the Shenandoah Valley area, it's probably an hour and a half or 2 hours for those guys also. So we just figured we'd get a hold of John Murphy to see if he could get a hold of the folks here to host us back here at the last minute. John worked it all out, so thank you, John. So that's why it was a little bit confusing in the last minute change. We'll try to reschedule to go back over to personnel for the IDs again at another date. In the meantime, if you want it faster, there is an application process. I think Paula, Will, and Scott did it this morning, so they can explain that to you if you want to do that prior to our next meeting down over there. Any questions on that? Okay. We don't have any visitors against that I'm aware of, so we'll roll through that. Minutes from Rob. I'm just trying to record, so hold on.
Can't get it working, I'm recording.
Oh, yeah.
Can you save it somewhere? Yep. All right. Somebody want to make a motion to accept the minutes as published?
I'll make a motion. Second. Third. Bolton and, Ernst. Any questions on the minutes? Everybody receive them either, in through email? All right, pass. Any objections to the minutes, I guess?
Yeah.
All right, good, pass. Treasurer's report, Brad emailed me the treasurer's report. He's out of town, he can't zoom in. Let me find it. Starting balance was $9,628.35. There's $796 in deposits, $336.60 in expenses, which was the Christmas party. Gives us an ending balance of $10,087.75. $1,162 of that is 50/50. Any questions on the treasurer's report? I will say, Brad has, he told me he was successful in getting a lot of back dues paid. He's also been successful in getting people to pay 10 years at a time, because that's how we're set up before you become a life member. So whether you choose to pay $24 a year or pay the $240 at one time, does it really make any difference? No. So he's been successful in getting numerous people to pay the whole 10 years at one time. Any questions on the treasurer's report? We're rolling. Committee reports from membership. I have motion to accept. Oh, sorry. Motion to accept the treasurer's report. Motion. Second. Yep. Any questions? All in favor? Anybody object? Membership, I haven't heard anything from Haddon. I know a couple applications have been given out to some new retirees. We'll just wait to hear back from them. I just spoke with Scott about Chris, about trying to maybe speak with Jimmy and maybe Darlene at the office. So we might be able, when people are retired, to get the application sent directly to them, because it seems to be the only way we're catching them is if one of us in the room or elsewhere from the group is going to a retirement party and mention it. We've had numerous retirements.
Well, in addition to that, it sounds like a lot of people that have retired under disability. And that information we never see hardly. I mean, every now and then, well, I was actually asking Chip about, on the locals page, Facebook page, so often they're saying congratulations on so-and-so for your retirement. And, you know, they started 10 years ago or 5 years ago. So obviously they're going out on disability.
Why do you keep that so for?
I don't know about the disability part. I mean, I guess it's just not advertised through, you know, like somebody reaching 25 years ago. So, but there's a number out there that I think we could still reach out to and see if they want to join our group.
I mean, just recently, the couple that I've seen on either the department's Facebook page or received an email, you had Gene Luckenbill retire, Steve Yannero retire, and John Hornaday retire. And I'm sure that's not all of them. It's just what I happened to catch and remember to put down. So maybe we can reach out to Chief Forgo and see if we can get our application in their exit interview or something, or send to them when they're retired. Say, hey, the retiree group would be happy to have you join them. Here's the application if you're interested. It's an idea. I mean, it'll strengthen the group or get other numbers for the group. So we'll work on that. I haven't heard from Haddon about any membership, so I assume we don't have any new applications on file. Benefits for Dale, doesn't look like he's on here. Again, Dale doesn't want to be on or wants to come off the benefits committee or report, so I need somebody to step up and pick that up. If you're interested, see me. I hate to have to try to point out somebody, but we need to replace Dale. He's asked me or informed me since September about this, and we're into January, so I need somebody to step up and pick that up. Legislation is also Dale. You want to talk about that one? I haven't heard from him. I think, by Facebook, if you're a part of our Facebook group, Tucker put something in there about, legislation, trying to get legislation through, I guess, the House or the Senate here in Virginia about, tax break on our, retirement funds. Apparently there's some pushback. I have not spoken to Bruce. I only know what was written there. There's some pushback, I guess, from the, folks in either the House or Senate that says not many people move out of the state because of retirement being taxed. Well, I guess some of our folks that live elsewhere or out of the state, we could probably contact to see if that's one of the reasons they left, and I would almost bet yes. Go ahead. Yes. So that's a savings. On the Facebook page, he was asking for, names to be put there so he could take it to the group and say, hey, Prince William County's had, I don't know what's on there now, Billy, I listed a bunch of them. I'm gonna say there's probably at least 15 names on that Facebook page right now. That'll be somewhere close anyway. So if you have other names of folks that you know that have retired and moved to another state, find me after the meeting, I'll put them on a list, and we'll get them put on there for Bruce to use for his ammunition when he goes downstate for his meeting to propose to those folks. Yes, it does make a difference. This is all our folks that have left the state for tax benefits. Any questions or anything else? Anybody else have any legislation that I don't know or Dale doesn't know? Communications, Bill, you have anything?
I just wanted to thank you for posting to the Facebook page yourself instead of sending everything to me.
I tried. I worked with Chris on that. I now know how to do it.
All right.
Well,
Just like posting to anything else.
yep. So you helped me out. You're welcome. Anything else on that, Bill?
We're getting a lot of bogus people joining. If you look into their page, I mean, they're obviously brand new. They've only got one post. They don't have any photographs. They don't have any friends and all this stuff. So you know it's fake. So I'm having trouble going or keeping them out. There's no way to keep them out. I'm just deleting them as I see them.
So so we're able to control it by you just removing them?
Yeah, but it's out of hand now. I can't keep up with it. I just get to it as I can.
Okay, well, thanks for doing that. Any questions for Bill on the Facebook page or any other communications? Rob, you good? Yep.
Question on Facebook page, how many administrators do we have on it? This administrator can take a name off.
Yeah, I think it's just me and Bill. Scotty is on there. And then on the history page, there's a few extra people that we put in. I did notice, Bill, I don't know if you've seen it or not, but there are some additional functions that the administrator can go into and identify certain criteria to allow people to post or join. I just saw it this morning, so I hadn't looked at it that closely. I didn't even know it existed. So maybe that's something that we can look at tightening up a little.
Yeah, I'm aware of the ability to post. That's why I've got everything set that either I or well, you, Chris, that we have to approve anything that's posted. And now anybody that we know is legit, we can just clear them right away. And that's what I've done with Bill and Bill Bradley, that is, and a few others. I mean, we know they're not going to post any bogus stuff.
Right.
Anything else? Welfare Committee is Gary Roberts. I don't know that we've actually sent anything out for that. I will say, for those that didn't see it or know, Dave Benner's wife passed away back in December. I don't even know if we have an address for him to even send a card. I don't even know how to. Maybe they have one. I guess I'll try to contact Arlene and we can get
that's been an issue, they're trying to contact.
That's what I think too. I don't know if anybody has anything, but just FYI, his wife passed away in December. Recreation is Jerry and Paula, and I don't know who else is on that committee. I think that's it. Paula, you want to brief about the Christmas party real quick to wrap that up?
I think the Christmas party went very well, even though it was later than we usually have it. And, fortunately, we had a couple people that gave us some extra gift bags, such as, Susan Egan. That was really nice, and actually Barbara Cassini had made something which Murphy got. Did you want to show them what you've done for that, or? On that one? I think Murphy went ahead and took it home and did a little extra to that, right?
No, all I did is, but this is what, most of you that were at the, thing, that's what Brad and, his wife made.
Can you guys on Facebook see that? Whoever's there? This is the front. It's basically our challenge coin on a wooden flat. Trivet, sure.
All
Those
of,
good.
laser.
And then in the future, if anybody else wants to contribute to any extra gift bags or anything, just let me know, and if you want to, some money for it. And there's also been some talk about some other people, since they're very creative with woodwork, they will make something for next year.
To expand a little bit on what Paul said in the Facebook page, we had about, I think there were 20 actual retirees that showed up for the party. And then if you add in their significant other family they brought, there was about 50 of us here. So I think it was really well attended. Thank you, Paula, Jerry. John, thanks again for working with the staff here to give us the room and set up the hors d'oeuvres.
There's quite a few pictures posted on Facebook too.
Yep. Okay, anything else, Paula? Old business. Anybody have any old business? Ernie?
Have we found anything out about the Class A uniform meetings?
I have not, and I was kind of hoping Jimmy would show up today, but no, I'll put it on the to-do list again. Scott, I'm listening.
County IDs, Bonnie King is up and running, making county IDs, retired county IDs if you need one. So you need to contact her directly, and we can put her phone number in the minutes. Or go to, DFRRA card at princewilliamgov.org. And there's a, form that you can fill in, or they can mail to you to, mail back to them. And, she requested you send a picture, just by chance they don't have one, but they can use an old department picture if they have it on file. So, and we'll put her that address and her phone number in the minutes if you want to pursue that. Or you could drop by there. She works at a KO court. If you recall ahead of time.
You have to send a picture, and it has to be a plain background, so it's easy for her to find.
Were they able to print your alls today, or?
Can I see somebody who had one with them? For those that are on Zoom and are out of town, or even if you're in town and not around, I guess you can see that. I don't know, I'll give it to Chris. Because that's what we're using.
You know how that is? You go to the.
What's the back of it look like?
Business card. I think some of
That's like the old ones. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Bill, they're basically like your old ID probably when you
right
decided,
there.
or you had before you.
But they are extending the expiration.
Everybody see this, Wilson?
The Wills expires in 2057.
I don't think I'll be.
Okay.
Do you, but that's your 100-year birthday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bingo. Any questions on the retirement ID for Scott? He's real well versed on how it went. Okay, we're rolling. Any other old business? Finance review. Will?
Bill, Brad and I met, on January, I think it's 10th, that's what we put.
Just 2 weeks ago.
Went over the books from when Bill got them until when Brad took them over. Everything's in order, and I will say that Brad has enhanced the books. They're all on electronic now. Venmo's being used, but if you're using a Venmo to pay your dues, it needs to be on not a business Venmo. It needs to be on a personal Venmo, because if it's on a business Venmo gets a percentage. And there, we had some of the dues that were paid, I think, was $2 or $3 on each one that, got eaten up, and, Brad's trying to fix that now, not to accept that business wise, but regular. And everything is, we didn't find any discrepancies. All income and outcome was justified.
He's basically transferred everything to his computer program or onto his computer from when you guys that were here at the beginning of the starting the group all the way back. So he's able to go back, I think it's 2010. Does that sound right? When the group was organized? So he's going back all the way to 2010 and entered all the dues for John. I think I'll use you as an example. I think you gave like $500. Okay.
No, to get us started.
To get started. So that's tracked all the way back to 2010 on his computer now. And as well as the rest of you that contributed more than the annual dues. I just know from John's, because I held the books for a while and it was up front. So it's all on computer for him to access or send out the invoices. He was successful in getting, like I said, a lot of people to pay back. He was successful in getting a lot of people to pay 10 years.
He's got a running roster, basically, that's going to give him a balanced due every year. It's gonna say, these people owe dues for this year, or these people are in arrears, and these people are paid up. And if you're paid up, it goes on out to your 10-year anniversary date. So,
And
very, very efficient.
He's been in contact with Haddon Culp a bunch on that to firm up the roster or the membership list, to have whoever needs to be removed, and keep it all up to date. So that's worked out real well. Any other questions on the financial review, John?
Yeah, I don't know if you want to call this old business, new business, or for the good of the association, but when we had the meeting in November, we had a couple of amendments that were proposed to be probably acted on today. I noticed that the bylaws need to have some housekeeping done on them. Some of them need some corrections, not amendments, but corrections. I've already talked to Rob about it, and it's going to be a fair amount of work to get our bylaws back in the proper functioning position. And I don't know if you want to make a committee or whatever to get some help to Rob, to where he can make all these corrections and updates. As an example, the addition to the bylaws back last January actually were not considered as an amendment. They were an addendum. That one paragraph was not in the original bylaws, so it wasn't changed, it was added. Now, with this new amendment for that particular paragraph, that will be amendment. It was noted that paragraph 7 in the organizing the Finance Review Committee, that it was an amendment that was passed in January of 22. There was an addendum, and that has to be noted so in the bylaws rather than an amendment as an addendum and when it was approved. So it's just a matter of moving some verbiage around. And that will not need a membership vote because it's not anything to do other than putting it in the right term. So.
Okay, if I'm hearing John right, he wants somebody to review the bylaws to bring them up to date and correct and be correct.
I've done a whole lot of it in the last 2 days.
So, you told me what you, I'll put Chris in charge. Who else wants to help Chris? Let's just go that way. Rita?
Sure.
Who else? How many do you want on there? 3 or 4?
3's enough.
Who do you want?
I guess Rob. Rob's gotta be secretary.
Just to work with Rob, boy, he,
Okay, then we'll
he's
put,
got all he can take care of now, just to get the stuff, and then when these bylaws are amended, he can just send out a thing to each member, and they won't have to write their own stuff in. They can just print it and replace the sheet in that particular page. It takes a lot of work off of him.
pretty much. I think Rob is, because of being the secretary, when Joe was secretary, passed it on to Rob, and it's all on his thumb drive.
Yeah.
So he's pretty much the keeper of the bylaws.
Someone's online, I can get it, Joe.
So how about we put Chris as the head of it, and we'll put Rob and Rita on it to review it, and John, you can give your input also. But,
Yeah.
If you find something, if anybody else finds something that needs to be corrected, let those 3 know. When you guys want to bring something back? This is January, March, or you want to even farther out? Come back with something in March?
Yeah.
All right.
2 months, you ought to be able to do it.
Okay, so we'll get a report back on March what needs to be corrected or changed or whatever. Okay, anything else on, any questions on that? We do have I don't even know what it's called. A change that's been submitted by Brad to the bylaws that we need to act on. He submitted it back in the November meeting. I don't know if anybody remembers. When he took over from treasurer, or prior to him taking over from treasurer, dues were prorated, which is confusing as all heck when you're the treasurer. Trust me, I know. And what I mean by prorated is when you bring somebody in like November, you prorate the dues because our actual year started in July. So you ended up doing a whole bunch of calculating, and it's kind of a real pain when you're doing the books. So Brian wanted to make it easy. And his explanation is, we're here for 10 years. It doesn't make any difference if you're paying them prorated or you're not paying them prorated. 10 years is $240, whether you get it up front or you string it out over 10 years and you prorate it for the year. To him, it seems to not make any difference, and it makes it a whole lot easier on the record keeping for the books. So what he submitted for the change was, we'd like the dues section, which is Article 16 under miscellaneous, Section 1, to read: the dues of the association shall be $24 per annum. Dues shall be due and payable January of each year. The old one says July of each year. That's the only thing that's been struck out or changed in that statement or that article or section. All right.
In that paragraph.
And yes.
And then section 6.
And then section 6, the second part for the financial review, he submitted for it to say, a financial review shall be conducted yearly or any time the treasurer's position is unexpectedly vacated for any reason. The president shall appoint at least 2 active members to conduct the review with the association and treasurer. The normal period under review shall be, the corrected one will be January 1st to December 31st. The appointment shall be made in July and be completed by the March association meeting.
July should be January.
So,
That should be January.
yeah, so there's one other correction that needs to be in there. It just should be, this one section of July should go to January. But, it's all to make the treasurer's position easier to track funds. It doesn't really affect anything whatsoever, because you're gonna get your money. Everybody's here for 10 years. Is there any questions on the changes? You really need to read it again, I'll give you my copy.
I sent.
But it should have been sent out to everybody also.
You taking a motion on that?
I am, right after this here. Is the motion to accept? John, who said, Will and John. John second. I guess there's still any questions, Ernie?
Does that motion make the change that Rob mentioned about changing that July to January?
We'll change it. That's just a miss.
Yeah.
I don't think we need to hold it for another month for just a misword. I would say no. Okay. Any questions on the amendment or the motion that's stuck? All in favor? Aye. All against?
Aye.
It passes.
Was that an objection?
That was verbal.
I don't know if Bill was late tuning
That
in.
was Wayne.
Was it Wayne? Wayne, were you objecting or agreeing?
Oh, that was an aye.
It was delayed.
Okay.
Sounds like a nay.
Yeah.
A little internet lag there.
So that'll pass. I'll give that to, Chris to work into the new ones. When they do their meeting, they'll get that put in there also and tidy it all up and bring it back with us. Sound good? Any other old business that I don't know about? Scott?
I brought this up in the past, just doing a little history, on the original truck one for the locals, since they're the owners of that now. And I've, have requested and received some information from folks, so if anyone has, just a reminder, if anyone has any old pictures of the truck one that became truck 11, that the local has purchased now, or any stories or articles or anything noteworthy about it, please send it to me. We kind of worked on this for 8 or 9 months. I kind of want to wrap it up and just present them the book with the history as we know it, so.
I was not aware that the city accused us of stealing that truck.
Oh, yes, they did.
Oh, my God.
They said it was their truck. Anyway, especially if you have pictures, truck actually on incidents or, pictures with personnel assigned to it, that type of thing, that would be great.
You got a picture of the time that you,
So
passed
send
out?
those to me as soon as you can.
No, I can tell.
They were allowed to keep some of it.
Yeah.
Did they put it?
Okay, any other, new business? Thanks, Scott. Or old business, I'm sorry, any other old business? I don't have anything else. If you guys have anything, we'll move to new business. About new business, I pretty much covered in the new business I was gonna talk about, and that was, Bruce Tucker's thing on retirees moving out of the state and the legislation they're trying to do to give us a break on our retirement through taxes and the new retirees. Other than that, I don't have any other new business. Anybody else have something they
So
want
was
to talk
that
about?
new business?
Should be on the new business, but I covered it everywhere else we talked. Ernie?
Just an information thing, there's been movement at the legislature to move the fire marshal's police powers into chapter 9 versus chapter 27. And it has to coincide with the folks down there at going to the other side. So it looks like it's got traction moving forward, will probably be approved.
So what's that entail? Can you explain that a little
That
bit?
basically means police powers for the fire marshals to be under the same chapter that police officers are versus Title 27 that limits them to firearms and other related types of things.
Is that-
Or it allows them to go to a police academy like ours here and be able to be certified by the academy versus having to go through the VFMA's law enforcement academy.
Is that part of that legislation with the retirement stuff? I
No.
That's different? Okay.
Something that Mr. Goff down there at the Fire Marshal Academy working on, and it's gained traction, but
So are they in fact, I mean, is that a benefit to fire marshals? Not, or, like, would it be beneficial just to go to the police academy and not that?
the difference being the Chapter 9 stuff is strictly, John, you might be able to help me, with Department of Justice, and with full police powers, you went through everything that a police officer goes through. And the Fire Marshal Academy, basic law enforcement, did not include things like traffic, drug enforcement and all that stuff, so it was an abridged class. But there was questions as to whether the fire marshals that had gone through a DOJ class at the time, since they were not police officers, were able to use Chapter 9 as their basis of their authority, if you will. This is clarifying it, that they will have authority under Chapter 9 and the police powers under Chapter 9.
I know when I went to the Northern Virginia Police Academy, I was certified as any other police officer. When I went to the clerk of court, following that, I stood with all the police officers who went to the academy, took the same oath of office. So as far as I was concerned, I was always certified as a law enforcement. However, from a standpoint of going down to get your state concealed weapons permit, the $50 charge will not be waived because your fire marshal does not come under Title 9. So that's one of the benefits. You'll at least be recognized for what you've done.
So it's not really anything that affects the training part, the fire marshal academy?
I don't know what the fire marshal's academy is doing right now, but from the law enforcement side, you can get a much more diverse orientation to what law enforcement is all about. Whether or not you'll ever use it or get it up is not necessarily, in my mind, important, but it is the fact that you become more aware of what everybody does. I think over the time when we first started doing the law enforcement side, 79, 78, somewhere in there, when the state came out and said you had to be certified. We went through a transition period where the police were having no respect for us as being law enforcement. But over time, I think that's changed considerably. I hope it has continued on to today, but, yeah. And I even know when we first started it, we didn't rewrite the book. I took the police department's manual of operations as far as how you do police business. They just adopted it. And I don't know if they still do that or not.
For those who don't know, there's at least 4 of us in here that were fire marshals: John, Ernie, Paul, and myself. Anybody else that I don't know? I can pretty much tell you, and I'm sure the other 3 can too, when you're out doing the fire investigation and it is crime involved somewhere, specifically if it's arson, that's usually not the only crime that person has committed. And that's my experience. John, Ernie, Paul, I'm sure it's the same, because Paul and I were in the office together. Ernie was in there with us too. So it's usually not just the act of burning a house, to make it simple. They're burning the house to cover something else, or they're involved with something else. So it's not just an arson investigation. It's going like 10 different ways real quick. So that'll probably help. Yes, it'll be a benefit to wrap it up. Any other questions on anybody else? Any other new business? No? I don't have any either. Good of the association. Anything? Anybody? I don't have anything on that one. Next meeting date and time and place. Bruce isn't here. Bruce isn't on Facebook. So You want to schedule it here while John's here and he can walk out and talk, and then we'll go back to trying to find a station for May? Or you want to wait and have us contact Bruce and see if he can find us a place for March?
Well,
How do you want to do it? We'll get ahold of Bruce and then just email out the. All right, I don't have my calendar. Get your calendar.
22nd.
Bruce is on Facebook, isn't he?
No,
Well, he's not on our meeting.
he's not in on the meeting right now.
That's Zoom.
Yes,
Right.
yes, Bruce is on Facebook.
Okay.
So March, what is it?
22nd.
March 22nd, we'll get a hold of Bruce and see what he can come up with for a fire station, or maybe back at CPAC.
We'll make sure it has to be at
personnel.
noon.
Yeah, and get it at noon.
I've got a question on the fire stations. What happens if we get something underneath, Forgo, and then we get a new chief in, it's a pain in the, you know where, and just cuts us off of everything?
My backup plan is to call John Murphy and have him get in the room again, like we did, for this meeting because of the last snafu.
That'd seem to be hard to do to get in here.
I don't know. I guess that we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
And I don't foresee that happening until closer to June anyway.
So when they find somebody that wants the job,
They're just starting.
So if that's okay, we'll find Bruce, we'll get Bruce to find us a place. If he can't find us a place in the fire department, we'll talk to John and get John to contact you to get us this place.
rather than going through a rat chasing his tail like this one here, why don't we just have it here until we find out what the new chief's gonna do? We only got 2 meetings, and if we can book this room for the next 2 meetings, that's done.
We got.
But rather, you know, with stroke of luck, if somebody didn't, very seldom is this room taken during the middle of the week.
And we actually are fortunate with that because they don't charge us to use it. So finding a place to meet like this is difficult, trust me. Brad and I, at Hornaday's retirement, was out at the local farm brew, it's just in Haymarket on 55, just down the street from where Home Depot is. But when we were there, we asked them, what's the chances that we could have a meeting here? And they actually said yes, and they actually serve food. So if you want to branch out and do something like that, I was just going to wait for Brad to explain that versus me bring it up, but I'll throw it out now. So if you want to visit places like that, that's an option also. They will continue other business. They don't have a room like this. We'd have to go over into a corner somewhere, or maybe use, they have an outdoor facility, which I think had heat also in another building. So that's an option also. I'm not against it, John. Do you want to make a motion for that, do it that way, or how do you guys want to do it?
I kinda enjoyed going to the stations and meeting the new firefighters.
Does everybody know why we got into the stations or how we got involved with that? Scott, if I'm wrong, jump in, but I think, Chief Forgo came to us. They wanted us to go mingle with the folks at the stations because all of a sudden they're walking into $25 million stations or whatever it costs to build one, riding $1.5 million fire trucks, running around with thousands of dollars of equipment on them, whereas you guys, I don't have to tell you, came into fire department, from my understanding, that barely had uniforms, had fire stations.
We didn't have uniforms.
Yeah, there you go. No uniforms, or had hand-me-down stuff, rode fire engines that had holes in the floorboard or barely ran. And I can speak for that where I was.
Fire engines stay warm because the building didn't have any heat.
There you go. So we were invited to go back to the stations to speak to them that, hey, we weren't so blessed when we became firefighters and we came a long way. This is what we dealt with to get you to where you are. That's my understanding of why we were invited.
Mainly the pay.
Yeah, the pay is a huge difference now compared to what I think I heard from you guys getting paid at the beginning, around $8,000 or something.
Nope, I wish we did.
Okay, that was my understanding. I guess it was less. But anyway, that's why we go to the firehouse, so they can be reminded where we came from as a fire department to whereas they are now with pretty much the best of everything.
Is that happening?
So, John, when you want to make a motion to have it back here? All right, John made the motion to have the next two meetings back here. Next one, March, is March 22nd.
We'll have it at least next, for the March meeting.
Okay, for the March meeting, we'll
Yeah,
correct
I'll
that.
go with that. until we
Norman
find out about
seconded.
the station.
Any, questions? Everybody agree? Anybody not agree? All right, next meeting will be here, that'll give Bruce extra time to find place.
March 2-2.
Yep.
John, can you check on that real quick, or not so quick?
Hey, hey, hey! I don't get noticed. Maybe that's.
While John's checking on that, let's go ahead and do the, 50/50 drawing with Boaz.
Oh, let's see, who's got the lowest number here?
Lowest number?
No, it's like email John. Next time we'll do the high.
All right,
He's working today.
last three, 343.
Bruce?
What? 343. That was the police's van number. 343.
Doug has it, but he says go ahead and donate it all back.
It's 55.
How much is it?
55.
Doug Snavely won the 50/50s, donating it all back to the organization.
Old beer company. 55.
No, not. I don't, I sat with you in another meeting, I trust you. John, we good?
Yeah.
John, okay, next meeting will be held here, normal time, 12 o'clock for lunch, 1 o'clock for the meeting. We'll get emails out, we'll get it posted to our Facebook page. Anything anybody else needs to discuss before I entertain adjournment? Okay, somebody make a motion to adjourn. Paula, any questions? Everybody want to adjourn? Anybody want to stay? Okay, we're done.
Good seeing all you guys on
Facebook
Zoom.
or Zoom people, thank you.
Good seeing you.
Take it easy.
Seeing you guys. Take care of yourselves.
See you, Wayne.
Good to see everybody.